The Cooper-Hill Stylebook is the single most effective writing and revision tool on the market, both for the instructor and for the student. You can view the Stylebook on a computer or a tablet. Now, let's navigate through the Stylebook using a computer. The quickest way is to use either the magnifying glass search window at the top of every page or the table of contents icon also at the top of every page. The table of contents, of course, gives you a general overview of the entire book. To find a specific topic, such as, say, perfect tenses, you can scroll through the table of contents. Or you can start to type perfect tenses into the search window, which is on page 81. If you wish to just browse through the Stylebook, go to Thumbnails by clicking on the table of contents icon at the top of any page. Clicking on Thumbnails will give you a numbered thumbnail of every page. Click on a thumbnail to bring up whichever page you choose. You can also easily link back to a former location by clicking on the bottom margin of a page. So how can you as an instructor use the Stylebook? The Stylebook is both a textbook and an effective writing supplement to any English course. It's a time-saving tool for experienced teachers and a professional guide for new teachers and for teaching assistants. First, it cuts your correcting time in half and teaches students to correct mistakes independently. So instead of writing long corrections on each essay, you simply go to the correction key at a glance, find the chapter number of the problem, and then jot down that number. For example, to call a student's attention to a non-parallel construction, glance down the page and under Structure and Sense, find Parallel Construction, Chapter 26. Either the correction key or the table of contents gets the student to Chapter 26, where he or she finds now a complete explanation together with examples and exercises. Take a look at the frequently asked question that defines parallel construction. Notice the various types of parallelism and the many helpful examples and explanations. And finally, note the many practice exercises with instant answers and explanations for immediate feedback. Your student has corrected the error and has taught him or herself parallelism, and all you had to do was jot down Chapter 26 in the margin of the essay. Point out punctuation errors in the same effective and time-saving way. And notice the ease with which you can return to the preceding page. Say it's a colon error. Jot down Chapter 55 in the essay. The frequently asked question and all the examples do the explaining for you. It's that simple. And of course, there are the exercises with the instant answers and explanations. Or if you prefer to use the types of comments that you're used to, go to the quick key to marginal comments on page 3. Just type quick key in the search window and then click on the table of contents and select the highlight. Here the entries are keyed to page numbers instead of chapter numbers. To call attention to a misplaced modifier, simply jot down the abbreviation MISP mod, M-I-S-P, M-O-D, in the margin of the essay. Tell your students that you're using the quick key so that they can go directly to the quick key and click on misplaced modifier. On page 16, the student finds a clear and complete explanation and an example of how to correct the error. In addition, he or she has a hyperlink now to Chapter 9 for in-depth study. And with that, practice exercises at the end of the chapter with immediate answers and explanations. Now, you didn't have to explain anything, while the student has learned by becoming a self-teacher. Besides being a correcting tool, the Stylebook can facilitate group work and peer correcting in class. Students who have made the same types of errors in their writing can work on the exercises together and check one another's answers so that each student's language practice is tailored to his or her specific needs. And because the Stylebook is comprehensive and has extensive exercises, you can tailor the program to meet the various students' needs simultaneously and in the same heterogeneous class. So some students can work on simple problems of agreement, such as subject-verb agreement, and problems in pronoun-antecedent agreement. Meanwhile, other students in the same class can focus on more sophisticated topics such as the uses of perfect tenses. Or they can study the subjunctive mood, whether individually or in groups. Now, take a look here. It's on page 98. So just type 98 in the search window and then select it. Advanced students will also benefit from the logic exercises in Unit 4 on rhetorical fallacies. That one starts on page 284. Here you have 29 logical fallacies. It's an entire course on persuasion, propaganda, and misleading reasoning ready for you to plug into your curriculum. For the motivated but overburdened teacher, the Stylebook is simply a lifesaver.